Road.cc Recommends is back, and this month we have a massive 14 products to take a look at. There's also some very useful buying advice, and our very own Joe Burt has been on a lovely ride, so we'll show you his recommended route and cafe of choice. Right mate, should we dive in?
Absolutely, yep. The Santini Unico bib shorts are our first recommended product this month. They combine a great pad, luxuriously soft fabric with high stretch, and minimal seams to create a package that really works on long days in the saddle. Our reviewer said that these are as good as any bibs that he's used, which isn't bad considering they're also a lot cheaper than many top-end offerings.
Yeah, £179 might sound expensive, but it isn't that bad compared to the competition. Santini has used a raft of elements aimed at minimising discomfort on the bike, the most significant of which is the C3 seat pad, which is usually found on Santini's more expensive bibs. The variable thickness, perforations and gel inserts under the sit bones means that we found the bibs were well up to the jobs of 8-hour rides.
Now, I don't know about you, but bib shorts is one place that I am actually willing to spend big money.
Yeah, I don't think you need like top-end bib shorts, like the real stuff, but I wouldn't spend my money on the cheapest of stuff anyway.
It just seems better value to spend it on bibs than a jersey.
Yes, absolutely.
Cheap jerseys are
absolutely
quite
brilliant.
good.
Yeah. Cheap shorts.
Anyway, moving on, Ortlieb Seat Pack QR is a saddlebag that just doesn't wobble. It mounts extremely easily via an ingenious yet simple system that clamps to your saddle rails, and it's compatible with both fixed or dropper posts.
Oh, that's good.
It's also waterproof, has 13 litres of capacity, and the usual Ortlieb signature air release valve.
Yeah, so the bag features the usual high quality welded construction with a wide opening and easy to access waterproof roll top style closure. The air release valve then helps you to roll the bag down tight by releasing any trapped air. It's easy to fit too, but we do recommend checking the handy infographic before purchasing, you know, just to check.
Absolutely. The top of the bag has the classic bungee attachment for all your extra stuff, such as waterproofs and well, whatever else you put there, I don't know. There's a plastic skid mudguard on the underside to prevent accidental tyre wear if you mount it too low, a Velcro strap keeper to avoid irritating flapping, and also reflective detailing on the rear.
I think this is certainly one for a summer bike packing trip.
Yes, but where would you go?
Well, we were discussing this off camera and both of us think south of France, I think. Maybe if you've got a good suggestion for a bike packing place, let us know in the comments below. Right, it's book club time now, and we've got the second edition of Bike Fit by Phil Burt.
Yes, this is a comprehensive, well-written and fascinating guide to one of the most important and often overlooked subjects in cycling. The book is clear and concise, whilst cramming in all the necessary detail, and will be just as beneficial to amateur cyclists as elite racers.
Whether you're thinking about getting a bike fit, looking to fine-tune your position yourself, or help out riding buddies, it'll give you a decent grounding in the way bike fitters think and work. I think it's 20 quid well spent.
Well, I don't really want you helping me with my bike fit, I don't think, but what's your method?
Well, slam the stem as low as possible, go as long as possible, narrow on the front, set the saddle height, job's a good one.
All right, maybe you can do mine then. Yeah, that sounds good. No,
that's probably why we're both broken, really, isn't it? The Eat My Ride nutrition app is an excellent app for improving your cycling performance, in which nutrition is often the key to doing well. It's intuitive to use and provides heaps of useful data, tips and advice. Plus, it comes in a free as well as paid subscription forms, so you can try it without financial commitment.
At the moment, the app is only compatible with Garmin head units and watches, but you can use the app on your phone. Plan your nutrition and stick it on a piece of paper taped on your top tube if you don't have a Garmin.
God, that's old school.
Yeah.
Do you still do your intervals via a piece of paper?
Oh, you look pretty cool if you have like pace notes or anything on your stem. You look proper professional.
Yeah. Back to the techie end. On the phone app, you can use your planned routes as the basis for your nutrition plan. The app supports Strava, Ride with GPS Commute and Training Peaks, or you can import your route as a file or plan it manually into the app.
The app prompts you to choose foods and drink to fulfill your energy requirements from a database of thousands of products. You can then send the nutrition plan to your Garmin. It is properly good at this, especially if you're prone to running out of energy towards the end of longer rides.
Time for some buying advice, I think. This month we are diving into the mystical world of nutrition products.
Oh,
God, these are coming from everywhere. I don't want these.
Yeah, we've got some great nutrition advice over on the site for you, those of you that want to eat normal food. But here we thought we'd give you our personal recommendations for products that we're currently using for training and racing.
That should give you an idea of what to take out for a few different types of rides, because we are riding very different stuff these days, aren't we?
Yeah, I'll start with my crit racing nutrition. So this is about an hour's full gas effort. So we start fueling about an hour or so beforehand. I'm going to have some SIS beta fuel, normally about half a bottle before the race, as I won't get the whole bottle down during the race. I'm too busy chewing my stem. And then a caffeine gel just before I start as well. So yeah, it just makes me feel more awake, ready for the race. Yeah. And then that should kick in halfway through the race, ready for the finish anyway.
Yes. Personally, I prefer a road race because they generally contain a hill. But if I'm racing cyclocross or hill climbs, then my approach for that is the same as Jamie's. Caffeine and sugar really does all the heavy lifting there. A road race being a bit longer means really just more of the above, basically. So start with 2 500 milliliter bottles of beta fuel. That's 80 grams of carbs each. And then I'll have a gel for each hour that I think I'll be racing before the finale. That's usually 2 beta fuel gels, 40 grams of carbs each. And then I'll have a Science in Sport caffeine gel to have before the last lap. If the race goes any longer, then I try and take a friend with me to hand an extra bottle of beta fuel with a gel taped to it. But if they've got a better thing to do on their Sunday, then I just take 2 750 milliliter bottles and split the extra beta fuel serving between the two.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Moving to training or general riding now, and for a 3-hour spin, I normally aim for about 60 grams of carbs per hour. Now, I might be able to train for about 90 grams, but I'm lazy. I get a banana in early and then have 30 grams of carbs per 500 ml bottle, normally a Torque drink. I quite like that. And then the rest as cereal bars. I quite like a brunch bar, whatever's on offer in the local supermarket, really. 6 for £1.
You also have jelly. I've seen you eat a whole pack of jelly before.
I do like jelly.
Do you actually take a gel or anything like that?
Yes, but gels are expensive and I prefer eating jelly. But I still take a gel just to have in an emergency if I bonk, or to put in your tyre if you slash it.
So you'll even eat the gel then?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, just to put it in the tyre.
Don't just squirt it out.
No. But anyway, the most important thing is that you start eating early, because if you have already depleted all your resources, then you're just going to be paying catch up the entire ride.
And like your stomach eating itself
That's
is
not
a
nice.
good feeling.
No.
So my approach to a longer 4 to 6 hour endurance training session is to, big boy here, is to use MyProtein's maltodextrin powder in each bottle. 3 scoops into each 750 ml bottle provides 75 grams of carbs in each. I then pop one of those fizz electrolyte tablets into each bottle just to help with sweat loss, especially in the hot weather. My bar of choice is Science in Sports Energy Bake, mainly because there's a tiramisu flavour. I'll take 3 of those. They're 30 grams of carbs each. I also like to take 3 gels. Again, Science in Sport, their Go Energy gels are my go-to, and they're 25 grams of carbs each. In the hot weather we've been having, I'll get through my 2 750 ml bottles in about 3 to 4 hours. So if I'm going long, like 6 hours or like 100 miles, then I'll stop and get a big 2 litre bottle of more like Lucozade or
I
something
do love
similar.
a filling station
stop.
stop.
That's my peak as well. I'm kind of not about the cafe anymore, unless it's really super chilled. I'd just rather like...
I like a cafe, but the cafe legs afterwards, not so much.
No, absolutely not. Basically, if it's a really chill ride, then I will go to a cafe, but otherwise, petrol station is the one. The gels, I generally save them for the back end of the race because they're training session, because they're isotonic, and that just means that when you start having your Lucozade, you've also got something that's going to help you with not cramping, which is quite ideal.
That is nice. Anyway, hopefully that gives you the power to never bonk again.
I think from what we've said, Science in Sport Beta Fuel is the one to go for if you're racing.
It's really good stuff, but expensive.
But it's expensive. So training, my tip is one that a mate of mine gave to me. My Protein's maltodextrin powder. It really is really cheap as well.
Sometimes I just put sugar and salt in a bottle. A bit of fruit juice.
Oh God. Back to the products now, and the 7-litre Restrap race saddlebag provides a decent amount of storage that's quick and easy to access. It's secure too, and well, it's well made.
Fitment is simple and takes just a couple of minutes. 2 upper straps loop around the saddle rails and another strap wraps around the seat post. There's no Velcro to destroy your shorts, which is a plus. Foam pads are included to give a secure fit even when it's loaded up. And the race bag stays secure with barely any sway at all, which is what we want. And the magnetic strap held firm during testing, even when our tester used it on gravel routes.
I have to say though, it isn't cheap at 120 quid, but we can't really fault the quality or the way it fits to the bike securely, and that's with very little sway as well. It's time for another book, with Beryl, In Search of Britain's Greatest Athlete, being a fascinating insight into one of the most dominant athletes of all time.
In a self-explanatory chapter called Just How Fast Was She?, the author goes to a wind tunnel and measures the performance of a rider using Burton's original equipment and riding position, and then compares this with the same rider using everything from the modern era.
It wasn't a surprise to discover that Burton would go considerably faster with today's kit, but the real benefit of the test is to predict with considerable confidence that she would still hold the women's record for every standard distance except the 10-mile time trial. Even then, her record stood for, 43 years? And this is a very popular distance.
Not with us, but it's very popular. If you're looking for a holiday read, then this is absolutely perfect.
Right, next up, the Assos Dyora RS Springfall jacket is probably one to buy ready for the weather to turn.
Probably next week, then.
Probably. This women's jacket is great for riding fast in chilly temperatures, and despite the hefty price tag, it's a garment that every British cyclist would enjoy having.
I mean, we probably would want the men's version.
Yeah.
Anyway, Suvi thought that this was excellent as a mid-season option, and given that she lives in Scotland, it should do for the summer too. In essence, this jacket is a combination of a thermal jersey and a soft shell, but still offers enough breathability for some more intensive riding efforts.
The jacket's front features 2 fabrics, and together these fabric make up the double-layered twin deck format, which is aimed at keeping the core warm but still allowing moisture to escape.
This is a very close-fitting top, so it should be good for faster group rides.
Yeah.
Or solo rides.
The 70, well, it depends who's going. The 76 Project Micro Piggy is a handy and reliable item for carrying extra kit on your bike. Reviewer Jim was impressed by how much it can hold, the fact that it can be stuck anywhere, and how well it stayed in place. It's well made, performs well, and is also very affordable.
Nice. There is of course a limit to what can be carried, but a tube, CO2 cartridge and valve plus a multi-tool can quite easily be stowed.
Yeah, I might have to get one of these for my mountain bike, as my kind of electrical tape looks a bit naff compared to this.
One thing that you won't be able to bodge is our next product. The Carla cargo trailer is a 3-wheel design especially suited to powerful electric bikes.
Yeah, this is hefty.
It is. It weighs nearly 45 kilos, but it has a payload rating of 200 kilos, so you can carry
everything. Literally the kitchen sink.
Features include twin hydraulic overrun braking to automatically spread braking to each of the rear wheels. The clever tow bar system also acts as a handle with which you can maneuver the trailer when it's unhitched.
So the overrun brakes do a very good job of stopping the trailer, pushing the bike forward and disabling like the handling. So they work automatically on downhills, the weight of the trailer compressing a piston inside a box that the towing arm feeds into. Very clever.
All in all, the Carla Cargo is a delight to use and a very practical tool. Can you justify £4,000 for a bike trailer?
Not us.
No. Clearly most regular e-bikers won't need such a mammoth carrying capacity or on a regular basis, but it comes into its own in a commercial setting.
Right. Time for a recommended route and cafe, all rolled into one this month. Joe Burt has been out for a superb Sussex spin, which is a mouthful, and here he is to tell you all about it.
This long ride around the quiet lanes of Sussex starts and finishes in Assos, which is on the other side of the South Downs to Brighton. This does mean you miss the traditional ending to a ride around these parts of the infamous Ditch and Beacon climb and the ability to reward yourself with ice creams and or chips by the beach. If you can't survive without a pre-ride coffee, then you can do worse than proper, where the ride starts. As well as drinks and snacks, you can also pick up ride essentials, and there's a workshop if you need a tweak. The ride is just over 130 kilometres with 1,500 metres of elevation. The start and finish in Assos is on the London to Brighton train line and has easy road access. The halfway cafe stop is the Balcombe Tea Rooms, a hidden gem. I rode through the quiet, unassuming village for years before I discovered it was there. It's been a mid-ride destination on many occasions. They can do you a full roast dinner with a pudding adrift and custard for afters if you want, but they do a good 70 kilometres to go Sani, and the back of the cafe has a vast display of cakes to choose from. And they do proper tea in a pot as well.
Time to move on. The Altura ProGel women's waist shorts are well made, supportive and comfortable with a very effective pad. These represent exceptional value for money and are well worth trying.
The fabric is smooth and supportive thanks to a high elastane content and reassuringly opaque as well as flattering. So the waistband sits quite high, but as a result it stays put and minimises the chances of gaps between your shorts and jersey. No one wants one of them. Even, and I'm going to use reviewers Laura's words here, for those more blessed in the bum department.
Oh, should suit me perfectly then.
Well, with that mental image scarring our brains, let's move on to the small version of the Restrap Race frame bag. This offers decent waterproofing and carries a fair amount of kit in an organised fashion. It's not cheap, but a lifetime warranty allays any fears of this bag not lasting.
There's a partition in the main pocket that runs down the centre of the bag, and also a couple of mesh pockets for keeping smaller things organised. This stuff, like, it just stops stuff rattling about.
I hate a rattle on a bike.
Especially when you're riding on rough surfaces, and it also makes things easy to dig out on the move.
Nice. The zip on the other side gives you access to a slimmer document pocket, so you could put your credit card or passport in there, that sort of thing.
Restrap's bags are at quite a premium price point, but you can't argue with the quality. Handmade in Yorkshire, they come with a lifetime warranty, and the finish is exceptional. Now, just two more products before we get to our product of the month. The Assos Mille GT Bib Shorts C2 are very comfortable, the pad is excellent, the straps are great, and the fit is perfect for long days on the bike. If the leg length suits you, there's really nothing to dislike.
The chamois is a layered setup, 11mm of Super Air Microshock foam with a 3D waffle top sheet using Assos's quite famous Golden Gate technology. Essentially a dense pad under a layer of antibacterial fabric that's only stitched at the front and rear. This allows the pad to move with you better rather than with the shorts.
Yeah, so I've got this pad on a set of thermal winter bibs. Honestly, they are the best shorts I own. They are so comfy.
You'll like the short leg length too for your tan lines.
Yeah. When did cycling shorts get so long?
I like it. I like long shorts.
No. Bring back Tommy Vockler length shorts. He was an icon up here.
Why don't you do a triathlon and do it in your Speedos?
No one wants to see that.
Another book now, Lost Lanes Central, is a book of brilliant bike rides by Jack Thurston.
So the main body of this book features 36 rides that span the debatable kind of north-south divide.
The M4.
The M4. About a third are in the north, a third are in the south, and a third are in the real kind of central band in the country. It covers a large area, with the most southerly rides starting in Cirencester, Gloucestershire, and the most northerly in, Louth, Lincolnshire, which we were discussing this earlier. That isn't south. That's
really
north
not.
of the M4, which means to us it is the north.
Yeah, they eat pies.
Yeah, well, I eat a lot of pies, to be fair.
Okay. Thurston doesn't detail every turn or climb. That would probably get quite long.
Yeah.
Preferring to focus on sights, culture, geography, and vista detailing. The rides are passionately researched, meticulously plotted, and thoughtfully devised.
Well, I'd quite like a geographical kind of, tour around a place. And look at rocks. I know that's random. I like rocks. I'm sorry. It's like when a big rock is moved by a glacier and then it's just left there.
Yeah, but the glaciers are the cool bit.
Or the glacier forms things. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Not necessarily the rock itself.
Yeah, but just, wow, that big rock. Big rock the size of this room. Moved by ice.
Yeah, that's wow. Well done the ice, not well done the rock.
Yeah, but that rock shouldn't be there.
Whatever, Liam, whatever.
I shouldn't have said that,
Anyway, shut up. Time for the big one. It's our product of the month.
It's the 2022 Mason Definition.
This really is a jack of all trades, yet amazingly, a master of all. It's the definitive all-round road bike that offers great ride quality and geometry, which makes the bike fun to ride regardless of what speed you're doing.
Oh, brilliant.
We were also impressed with the attention to detail, build quality and finish. Top work all round.
No rocks here though. Mason's Definition frame has grown a reputation of being the pinnacle of what an alloy road bike can be, and has previously pioneered new ideas such as disc brakes and wide tyres. Whoa. This new version takes an if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of approach, with some welcome upgrades such as 12mm through axles, improved triple butted 7000 series aluminium tubing that's hand built in Italy, and space for 35mm tyres or 32mm with mudguards.
The Definition lineup is available in a wide range of builds to suit various price bands, with electronic, mechanical, 1x and 2x options on offer.
So we had the Campag chorus option, and very impressive it was too. Finishing kit comes courtesy of Data and some in-house Mason components, and you also get a Hunt 4-season wheel set as standard.
Nice those. The Definition is as close as you can get to a custom, yet off-the-shelf bike, and the way this thing rides is a masterclass in both bike design and engineering.
Quite a good bike then.
We like that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you've got a favourite product from this month, then tell us all about it in the comments below. I guess all that's left to say, Jamie, is thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe before you go, and we will see you next month back on the sofa.
And what is your favourite rock?